Namaste. Welcome to Thursday Blursday. Whatever day it is for you, maybe you're watching this video a little bit later, but we're going live on Facebook this morning. And I believe it is Thursday. So let us take a moment to settle in, find your yoga mat, and sit in a comfortable position with the back straight. Thank you for joining me, and let us begin with breath, as we often do, perhaps always. So take a breath in and exhale through the lips. Release any tension and find yourself kind of centering in. Now let's just take a few moments to breathe, connect with our true selves, and release any tension or any worry or any busyness that's happening in the mind. Kind of just let it dissipate like after a rain when the clouds clear. Good morning, Audrey. Thank you. I'm happy to be here with you too. Thank you, Audrey. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands to prayer pose. And with an inhalation, try and focus on your intention for today's yoga. If you have kind of a blank mind and you're like, I'm not sure what my intention is, let me suggest gratitude. Always a good intention to connect your true self to gratitude. Thankful for your life. Thankful for this moment, this environment that you find yourself in, wherever it may be. Thankful for your family, your friends, the beautiful world that we live in, nature, maybe your favorite music or your favorite food, whatever fills your heart with gratitude, embrace it and breathe air into it to bring energy into that gratitude, into that intention. Awesome. Let's take our hands as fingers are touching fingers and just interlock and squeeze a bit and release. Breathe in and let go. Inhale and release. And now we're going to look at these hands and switch the fingers over so it's a little bit maybe it's a little awkward or weird feeling, but we're interlocking our fingers not the way we always do it, but the opposite way. And just squeeze in. Release, spread the fingers wide, and come back to your normal place. Breathe in and out. Go back to the other way. And in and out. Switch it over. Breathe in and out. All right, come back to your normal way. Breathe in, squeeze it in. Exhale, round the back and push through. Inverted hands forward. Bring the face down so you're looking sort of towards your hips. Or maybe your eyes are closed, but really relax the back of the neck and let the head drop down. Push the hands forward. Bring it back to the chest, straighten the back. Breathe in. Switch it the other way, the awkward way. Push it forward. Round the back, drop the head, push it forward. Exhale. Bring it up. Breathe in, squeeze it up. Release. Interlock the fingers just the other way. Breathe it in. Push it forward. Exhale. Bring it into the chest. Straighten the back. Inhale. Squeeze the hands. Exhale. Release. And switch the fingers. And let's do it one more time. Breathe out. Drop the head. Push the hands forward. And come back to prayer hands right in front of the heart. Align the fingertips. Spread the fingers wide. Put a lot of energy in those fingertips. Just press the fingertips together and close the eyes. Keep breathing. Nice. Beautiful. All right, we're going to keep the fingertips touching, but open the hands out, sort of like spider push-ups. And keep breathing as you bring hands in and out. Beautiful. All right. Bring your fingertips of one hand to the opposite elbow and the fingertips of the other hand to the inside crease elbow, and just exhale, draw the fingers all the way to the fingertips and release. Spread the hands out. Big breath in, reach up, prayer hands down. Let's do it the other way. Fingertips to the inside crease and the outside elbow. Drag and exhale. Take a breath in first, I suppose. Drag and exhale, fingertips touching, and spread the arms wide. Exhale, reach the hands up. Inhale, prayer hands coming down. Let's do that one more time on each side. Other way. Inhale big. Exhale, drag the fingertips all the way out. Exhale, and up we go. And bring those hands down again. Beautiful. Let's rock back. Bring your hands behind your hips. Bring the elbows down and cross your knees. And here we just let the hips sway. It's a gentle, easy motion, nothing too extreme. Allowing the hips to sort of loosen up. Lower back, loosening up. Keep breathing. Nice. All right. Knees come up. Switch the legs the other way. And back and forth a few times. Just loosening up the hips and the lower back. And the mind. Releasing any worries, any stress. If you can't release it, at least acknowledge that it's there and it's bothering you. Be true to your true self. All right. Cross those legs and come on back up to seated. Let's bow the head, keeping the back straight, keeping the shoulders over the hips. Hands can rest on your knees or in your lap. Bowing that head, the chin comes down to the chest, and we're just going to let the back of the neck relax and lengthen. And the head becomes ever so heavy, like a bowling ball on the end of a rope, just hanging straight down in front of the chest. Release and let it go. Release your belly so your neck can really let go. And let's move the chin just 1 inch to the right and notice how that feels in the back of the neck. There's probably a strand of muscle or sinew or tendon that is talking to you a little bit. Breathe air into that spot. Let's go 1 more inch to the right. And again, breathe air into any part of the back of the neck or shoulders or upper back that's got a little bit of message for you. Send it air, send it breath, send it love. Tell it to relax. And maybe as you exhale the next time, the head drops down farther than you ever thought it could. Let it go. Release your shoulders. Beautiful. Back to the center we go. Let the head hang in front. Release everything, but keep the back straight, more or less shoulders over the hips. Neck relaxed, belly relaxed, mind relaxed. All right, let's take the chin 1 inch to the left, following the collarbone towards the shoulder. Just go 1 inch this moment and stay here. Try to relax the neck even more. Beautiful. 1 inch farther along the collarbone. Bring the chin 1 inch farther, and if there's any particular spot that's talking to you, send it some love. Send it some breath energy as you breathe in. Just ask it to relax. Back to the middle, let the head hang. And now we can really slump the back and slump the shoulders forward, round the back. Release everything in the body, no tension at all. Release, relax, find balance, and find trust. Trust enough to release any tension, any holding. Let it go. Beautiful. Slowly begin to straighten up that back and bring the shoulders over the hips again. Last thing to come up will be the head. Take a breath in. And let's raise the shoulders up all the way to your earlobes, maybe even up to your ear mid area. Scrunch up the shoulders, hold it up, and take a big breath in. Exhale and drop them quick. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Bring them up to the shoulders, to the ears. Squeeze it up. Breathe in. Exhale, drop them quick. One more time. Scrunch those shoulders up by the ears. Big breath in, hold it up, 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 scrunch it in, big breath in, scrunch it up. Exhale, drop it fast. Awesome. Take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind your hip to the ground, and lengthening through the spine all the way up to the top of the head. Looking over your back shoulder. Find your stretch. Big breath in here. Exhale, unwind, looking forward. Scrunch the shoulders up and back. Roll the shoulders a few times. Awesome. Roll it around. All right. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand comes to the hip behind the ground, on the ground behind the hip. And lengthen through the spine. We look over the back shoulder. Take a few breaths in now. Ready, come back facing forward, unwind, one hand to each knee, and we roll the shoulders back and forward, squeeze it back, roll it up and forward, exhale, inhale back up, exhale forward, down, come around again, let the breath be really invigorating and full and deep. Awesome. Yes, elbows back, squeeze it back, reach it forward, push forward. Turn the palms up, little fingers touching, reach it forward, reach it up with the top of the head, breathe in. And keep the hands open to the sky, bring it back, squeeze the elbows way back. Little fingers come right alongside your midriff, squeeze it back, lift the face, breathe in. Round the back, reach the hands forward, and drop the head. Exhale. Squeeze it back, lift the face, breathe in. Exhale, push it forward, round the back, drop the head, exhale it all out. One more time. And release. All right, let's go ahead and stretch those legs out. Take a moment to sort yourself out on the mat. Stretch those legs out. Ankles flexed. If you want, you can pull the flesh away from your sitting bones. Take a minute to straighten the back and lift through the spine to the top of the head, reaching up towards the ceiling, and relax your shoulders. Flex those ankles. Invigorate the back of the knees. Let the back of the knees sort of communicate down into the floor, into the yoga mat, into the earth. Also the hips, talking about connecting down into the earth and bringing that earth energy into the body. Let's point the toes and flex. Point the toes and flex. Point the toes and flex. Point one and flex the other and switch. And switch. Notice the hips maybe shifting a little bit. Breathe. Reaching one hand to the opposite shin. As you flex that ankle, reach for the opposite shin. And the opposite elbow goes back behind the body. Hands reaching for the hip or the shin. Shin and the hip. Flexing the ankle, pointing the toe. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Keep it going. 2 more on each side. Nice. Awesome. Let's do a half straddle now. We're going to bend one heel into the crotch and the other leg out to the side. I've got my left knee bent, so if you want to keep up with what I say, maybe match it. But it's not necessary. You can start on either side. Take your long leg, your knee's the right leg, and reach that hand from the hip to the knee, maybe all the way to the ankle, the other hand reaching out to the side. So the arms are straight out from the shoulders and they're at a diagonal, like a plane going through the air and dipping into a turn. Stretch that arm back now and look up at the ceiling. Maybe even push against the inside of your ankle a little bit. Reach that the upper hand way back, opening the chest. Look up at the ceiling. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, bring it back to alignment, and then over we go. Okay, bring your hand straight, or maybe wrap it around the top of the head, touch your ear, as you wish. One more time. And stretch that arm straight back up, across from the other arm, straight arms. Bring it up. Let's bring it over and one hand to the floor. Bring it to the floor, other hand straight out. We're going to go straight up for the ceiling here. Reach up, look up, breathe in. And we take that arm back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it way back. Look up at the ceiling, breathe in. Exhale, close it up and bring it all the way to the floor. Almost do like a push-up here, pushing down and up. Down, push it up. And down we go, and push it back up. Open again, and come back. Beautiful. Hands rise up, reach up, breathe in. Prayer hands coming down. Take a moment for yourself. And then we put our hands on the ground behind the hips and switch the legs around. Come back sitting tall. One hand to the hip on the long leg, the extended leg, and we reach out past the knee towards the ankle. Find your good spot to hold on a little bit and reach the other hand straight up, out from the shoulder. Big breath in and out. And we're going to open the hand, reaching it back and looking up towards the ceiling. Open the chest. Breathe. Awesome. Close it back. Align the body again and reach over, 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 over. Gentle stretch through the side body. The armpit. You can bend the elbow if you want and sort of touch your ear. Reach the hand up and back. Touch the ear. Breathe in. Exhale. Touch the ear. And up, and one more time. Awesome. Bring the arms to a opposition, straight out from the shoulders, tilt over and find the floor with your bent leg side arm and reach the other arm straight up. And we're going to go for the ceiling here, straight up, vertical, reaching up, look up, breathe in. Exhale, drop the arm behind and open the chest. Breathe. Beautiful. Bring it back in alignment, and over we go. Awesome, bring it back up. Arms out to the side, lift up, breathe in, find your fingers over your head, and bring those prayer hands down. Beautiful. Bring the legs back in front, connecting down into the earth again. Flex the ankles, reach the hands straight up from the shoulders. Make yourself into the shape of a capital letter L. Really lift from the hips, from the tailbone, from the root chakra, all the way up to your fingertips and the top of your head, reaching straight up. Breathe in. Remember to flex your ankles if you can. Stretch it tall, taller than you are. Reach higher. Reach, 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 reach. Up, 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 up. Breathe in. Exhale. We're going to go for the diagonal here, keeping the back straight. Reach for the top of the wall across the room beyond your toes. Look down at your legs so your neck is straight, and reach with the top of the head and the fingertips straight back from tailbone to fingertips. Beautiful. Breathe in and stretch it farther, like you're really trying to reach something that's just beyond your fingertips. Reach, 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 and come back to vertical. Reach up, breathe in. Awesome. Come on down. Roll the shoulders a few times. Let's do a bicycle shoulder. So over the top to the front with the right, and then over the top to the front with the left. And keep it going. You can bend your elbows and let the arms kind of go like, I don't know what this is. Somebody can tell me what this is. Oh, and let's go backwards now. Backwards. Bring those elbows back and shoulders back. Keep breathing. Awesome. Beautiful. Time to slide down. Bring those hips close to the heels. All right. Take a moment for yourself here. Just be heavy on the floor. Your arms can come out from the shoulders, sort of like a Y. Not necessarily the T straight out from the shoulders, but a little bit higher. Arms more or less straight, like a Y, the body being the vertical part of the capital letter Y, and the arms being reaching up and up, right? Yes. Beautiful. We're going to cross the right knee over the left and bring both knees to the left. Keep those arms in that Y position. Feel a nice stretch through the midriff, through the rib cage. Calm the mind and breathe. Feel free to make any little minor adjustments here. Bending the knees a little more, adjusting where you look. Maybe you're looking straight up at the ceiling, or to the right, or to the left. All things are good. And adjust your arms now if you're not happy with that Y shape. It kind of gets old after a while. So maybe bring down the arm that's behind you to a lower spot on the floor. Take a few deep breaths and just let it go out like a sigh. Restorative breathing in through the nose and sigh it out. You got it. All right, let's come back onto our back. Arms return to the Y position. Cross the left knee over the right knee, and both knees go to the right. Feel that gentle stretch through the rib cage, through the torso. Release and sink down. No holding here. We're really trusting ourselves enough to let go. Let go in the lower back, in the hips, in the legs and feet, in the chest and arms and shoulders. Stay here for 5 more breaths. I'm not going to talk, so you can relax and really get into the pose. Try to let go any tension, any holding. When you're ready, roll onto your back and stretch your legs out. Let's take a long body stretch here. Arms reach overhead. Point the toes. Inflate your lungs and expand your rib cage. Big breath in. Stretch long through the body. Breathe in and relax. You can bring the arms down to be in this perfect relaxed Savasana. Arms palm, hands are palm up. Fingers are gently curled. Open the legs, release any tension in the lower back. Beautiful. Let's bring the right knee up and just put your hands on your knee and squeeze it into the chest a couple of times. And inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Bring those hands behind the knee, interlock the fingers there, and stretch the leg up towards the ceiling. If it's still a little bent, that's not a problem. Circle your ankle, change direction, circle the other way. Keep breathing, flex and point a few times. Let's scrunch the toes all up in a little ball and then spread them wide as you exhale. Breathe in as you scrunch and spread them wide as you exhale. And get those toe muscles to work a little bit. We don't want to have just blah feet that are always in shoes and never really activate the muscles. Let the shoes do all the work. No, let your feet have some actual fitness to them, some strength and flexibility in the muscles of the feet and toes. Just do whatever feels good here. Circle it around, flex and point, scrunch the toes, wiggle the toes, whatever feels good to you right now. It's all about that foot that's in the air and your breath. Beautiful. Let's bend the knee and bring it back into the chest again. Squeeze in, out, breathe out, and in. Awesome. And now we're going to just go for the rock the baby. So find that heel in your opposite hand, the knee in your one hand, and back and forth across the body. Working that hip. Beautiful. All right, find your two fingers, your peace sign fingers of your right hand and grab that big toe on the right foot. Left hand comes to the floor. And we'll see if we can straighten the leg, get it as straight as it wants to go, and bend. Straighten it out, bend it in. Breathe a lot. Working that knee and hip, stretching the hamstring and hip, pushing the heel towards the sky. Bring it back towards the hip. Heel to the sky, heel to the hip. Knee can flop out if you want when you bring it in. Stretch it up and down. One more time, stretch it out. Hold it there and release. Drop that leg slowly to the ground like the second hand of a clock. Slow it down. Use your core muscles to control and lower it as slow as possible down to the ground. Awesome. Let's return to Savasana. Turn those hands palm up. Curl the fingers gently. Allow the feet to flop outward just a little bit and release everything. Clear your mind. Take a big breath in. And release. Awesome. Let's bring the left knee up. Interlock your fingers on that knee and bring it in and out. Breathing as you do so. Squeeze it in. Release. Squeeze it in. Release. Take a big breath in. Squeeze it in and exhale. 2 more times like that. Beautiful. All right. Bring the interlocked fingers behind your knee. Stretch the leg up. Bring it down. Stretch it up. Bring it down. Stretch it up. Bring it down. Stretch it up. And down and up. Again, we're going to go to the rock the baby hand. One hand holds the knee, the other hand holds the heel. And out and across. Back and forth. And breathe. Work that hip. Crossing it out and crossing it over. Alrighty. Take a moment to take your left hand, 2 fingers like peace sign, grab the big toe of your left leg. Your right arm comes to the floor and we stretch it up and down. Whatever is your range of motion here, accept it with love. Don't critique yourself. If you can't get your legs straight, it's okay. You're working what you have, and you're making progress, gaining health. Your body will thank you. So we're not going to judge. We're not going to have any harsh thoughts or words in our mind about our flexibility, our range of motion. It's all good. Stretch it out, bring it in. Stretch it out, bring it in. Stretch it out and hold for a moment. Release the arm, bring the arm down, release the leg down as slow as possible. Control it like a second hand on a clock or even slower. Down to the floor. Oh boy. All the way down it comes. Once you've got both heels on the ground, we're going to reach the arms overhead, stretch the body long. Big breath in. Stretch long, 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 long. And bring the arms down. Find your savasana. Return to just being aware and breathing and relaxation. Awesome. Bring the heels close to the hips and turn your hands so they're palms down on the floor, fingers pointing towards your heels. Take a moment to notice your lower back and notice the fact that you probably have a little arch in your lower back, a little space created by the natural curve of your spine. So your hips are on the ground, your shoulders and upper back are on the ground, but there's a little arch there. We're going to try and roll the lower back down onto the floor and squeeze that belly in. Tighten it up. Tighten your hips. Tighten everything in the lower belly. Bring it in. Squeeze that belly button like it wants to touch your spine. Squeeze it in. Squeeze the hips. Keep breathing and try to keep the pressure that you're building out of your chest and shoulders. Can you do that? It's not easy. Isolate the pressure in the lower abs. Release any tension in the upper back. Awesome. Squeeze it in, push it down, keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Awesome. Release, relax. Open the knees out, bring the soles of the feet together. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can put something under your knees, such as a pillow or a yoga block. I think I better turn the music down. I don't want to have to yell. It's a little better. Opening the hips into your legs, shaping almost like a diamond down there. Release everything, relax. Awesome. Bring those knees up, feet flat on the floor by your hips. Let's do it again. Tilt the pelvis. Squish that lower back flat against the ground. Turn your hands palm down so you have a little contact there between the fingertips and the floor. Squeeze down. Squeeze inward. Lower belly. Squeeze the hips in. Maybe squeeze the thighs. Keep breathing. And release, relax. Back to diamond legs, soles of the feet together, knees flop out, perhaps supported by a pillow or a block. Relax. Knees come up, feet flat on the floor, close to the hips again. Hands turn, palms down. We're going to try and lift the hips up now. Bring the hips into the air. Make a strong bridge between the heels and the shoulders. Lift the hips up, squeeze the buttocks up, keep breathing. When you come down from this, I want you to go 1 vertebrae at a time, starting at your upper back, 1 vertebrae at a time, down to the floor, curling it down onto the floor. Awesome. Bring those hips onto the floor. Nestle them down. Push them side to side a little bit. And let's bring the knees to the chest. Hands to the knees. Squeeze it in and out. Take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze the knees into the chest. Maybe they separate a little bit. Maybe they go wide. Knees coming close to the armpits. That's awesome. Do that if you feel like you want to. Breathe. Awesome. Reach those knees together and stretch those legs up to the ceiling. Reach your hands up to the ceiling. Fingertips and heels reaching for the ceiling. Bring the head off the mat. Reduce the size of your body that touches the floor. Lift your hips up, lift your shoulders up, reach up. Really try to reach the ceiling with your toes or your heels and your fingertips. Up, 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 up. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Come on down. Hands come out to surrender pose and stretch the legs out wide, a little bit wide. We're going to try the bridge again in a minute, but just take a breath for a moment. Beautiful. Bring the hands alongside the body. Bend the knees, put the feet flat on the floor by the hips. Let's get ready to lift up again. Bring those hips off the floor. Rolling up as high as you can. If you want, you can try and walk your shoulders together under your upper back. And clasp your fingers together under your tailbone and lift the hips up even higher. Really push your feet into the floor here. Your heels and the balls of your feet pushing down, lifting the hips up high, high, high. Squeeze the buttocks up and in. Chest rises to meet your chin, making a nice lock at your throat chakra. Squeeze in and up. Keep breathing. Two more breaths. Keep breathing. Big breaths. Awesome. We're going to release the hands and reach up to the ceiling, straight up from the shoulders. Roll the upper back down one vertebrae at a time. Really try to control it. It's not easy once the hips are on the ground. Bring those knees to the chest, hands to the knees. Squeeze it in and release. Squeeze it in and release. Squeeze it in. Let's keep it in. Squeeze it in. If the knees want to drift wide, coming close to your armpits, that's fine. And release. Let's come onto the side body. Find your side resting pose. It's a little like the fetal position. Just allow yourself to curl into a comfortable position. Upper hand resting on your hip or your thigh, and your head resting on your lower shoulder or bicep. If that's not good, you can always put a pillow under your head as needed. We're going to take this upper leg here and make it move in a circle. Bend that knee and move it in a circle. Now, you can have your hand rest on your thigh as it moves in a circle, or you can bring it in front of your chest for a little stability. You can make this circle as big as you're comfortable with. Let's go around 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back down and resting pose. If you feel like your hips and your flank area needs a little gratitude, you can give it some rub there. Maybe even make a fist and pound into that big muscle behind so you can get deep into where it was working, inside where the hip really has all of its functionality through all of this massive material that we have back there, right? Take a moment to just be on your side and rest. And we're going to roll onto our tummies here in a minute. I'm going to have to adjust the camera, I think, so we have some free time here to either stay in side resting pose or go ahead and come onto your tummy while I figure out how to get more of myself in the camera. I think I'm going to turn around. Hands coming onto the belly. That's pretty good. All right. Take a moment to just rest on your belly. You can put your forehead on the floor. Maybe you want to turn your head to one side. That's certainly allowed if that helps you. And we're just going to pick up one leg at a time here. Make sure your legs stay straight. You can either point your toes or flex your ankle or just leave your foot relaxed. Whatever suits you, but we're going to try and keep the knee straight and lift the leg up as high as it wants to go. Really using that hip and buttock muscle. Hold a few more seconds here. Keep breathing. And slowly down it goes. Let's do the other side now, picking up the leg with a straight knee. Two more breaths here. And letting it come down slowly down. Release and relax. And we're going to try and do something called the Sphinx. So put your hands under your shoulders and take your feet just a little bit apart. The legs and hips can be a little bit loose here, but do be careful as you lift up. We're going to come onto the elbows. The elbows are going to be right under the shoulders. And the hands are spread pretty much wide fingered on the floor, palm down, of course. You can gaze towards the space between your thumbs or a little, maybe a foot in front of your fingertips. Lift through the shoulders and bring the face a little bit up. But your gaze can be cast down, so it's very calming. And this is the Sphinx. Now, some people may feel like they want to straighten the arms, and that makes it a little bit more intense. But if you want to, you can come up onto the hands instead of the elbows. Let's come back down to the elbows if you came up on your hands, and return to forehead to the floor. Turn your toes, your big toes in and your heels out back there so they open up the back of the knees and widen in the hips. And when you're ready, we'll go to side resting pose on the other side. Bending the knees and stacking them. Hand resting on that hip and your head resting on your arm or your bicep or your shoulder or a pillow. And this bent knee is going to start making circles, so go ahead and find that nice circle that's sustainable for you as you breathe. If you need a little bit of support, put your hand in front of your chest on the floor. Let's go 5 more times, breathing in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's 1. Let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and return to resting. If you need to give yourself a thanks to the flanks massage, that's allowed. Pound with the fist if you need to get deep. And once again, return to the belly, face down. Let's try here to do the airplane pose, bringing the arms out to the side. Your arms can be soft and graceful. They don't have to be super extended and strong. Lifting up from the hips, the legs are more or less straight. And just try and lift up the face, lift up the torso, airplane pose. Keep breathing. And hands come under the shoulders. Bring those knees and legs down. We're going to push up to our table position. Find your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. Fingers spread wide, and cat and cow. Breathing as you move. Any speed is perfect here. After being an airplane, this feels particularly nice, so you may just really want to get into this and keep arching and swaying for quite a while, finding that beautiful fluidity through the spine, that flexibility, that youthfulness. You can keep doing this, or you can switch if you want to side, squishing one side, stretching the other, bending one elbow at a time. And that for a while. Then come back to cat and cow, up and down, stretch and sway, breathe. Remember, we're never going to allow ourselves to scrunch up in the shoulders and neck area during this whole maneuver. Beautiful. Let's try a little downward dog now. We're going to turn the toes under, lift the hips up, drop the head. Find your most wonderful expression of the downward dog and drop the head, if you can, between your arms down towards the mat. Push away with your arms and hands and fingertips. Lift the hips up and back. Drop the head again, lower. And knees coming down, heels underneath the rear end, and come down to pose of a child. Bring the forehead down by your knees, and arms can come back by your feet, palm up. Turn yourself into the shape of a little seed, all curled up into a tiny ball. Slowly sit tall and sit on your heels, coming up into hero pose, hands to the knees or thighs. Take the hands in front for a prayer pose. Just connect with yourself here. Hands kind of come behind the hips, interlock the fingers. See if you can get the arms straight. Squeeze those shoulders back. Lift the face. Squeeze those shoulder blades and breathe deep. Awesome. Release the hands and let them come in front. Give yourself a hug. Walk your fingers a little farther back behind the shoulders. Ooh, I got my vaccination yesterday. Check it out. And I do have a little soreness at the injection site, so I'm being real careful there. Ouch. And squeeze, hug, maybe sway a little bit. Breathe. Nice. Elbows are going to rise up. Open your arms like a tulip. Bloom. Open, open, open. Breathe in. And bring it down. Hands come behind again. Interlock the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back. Lift the face. Lift the chest and the heart. Extend forward. Radiate your spirit of love and peace and joy out to the earth, out to the world, out to the atmosphere. Awesome. We're going to release and give ourselves a hug. Put the other arm on top this time if you can. Remember which way you went the other time. Bring it back. And walk the fingers back behind the shoulders. And a little swaying hug here for yourself. Breathe. Open the elbows up, 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 and bloom like a tulip. Breathe in. And bring the hands back to behind the tailbone again. Interlock the fingers. And here, squeeze the arms straight if you can, and shoulder blades squeeze. But not too intense, because we're going to bend at the waist and bring the forehead down by the knees. Allowing the arms to rise up into the air above your head. If you choose to, if you want to, you can come up off of your heels and come up onto the top of your head. And if you do that, your arms may come over almost all the way to the floor. See if you can just let them flop over. A really awesome stretch for the shoulders. Also significant to lower your brain below your heart, inspiring the thought that your feelings and your heart and your emotions and your love are more powerful than your intellect, your brain, your thoughts, your mind. Now let's just go ahead and sit back on our heels and lift the head up and release the arms and just swing them. Swing them and sway them around the body. Great. Good stuff. Let's get ready for downward dog again. Hands on the floor, toes turned under. Lift up the hips and drop the head. Push away with your shoulders, arms, and fingertips. Lift the hips up and push them back. Drop the head between the arms. Release the neck 100%. Now maybe zip those toes side by side, zip the feet together, put all your weight on your right foot and let the left foot just hang out. You can just let the toes curl behind the heel of the right foot. If you want, you can extend that leg back or up in a three-legged dog pose. If that's too much for you, you don't have to do it. And let's switch feet. Bringing it down. Walk your feet a little closer to your hands. Walk your hands a little closer to your feet and just hang in ragdoll for a moment. Release your back, neck, arms. So right in front of your feet, your hands are on the floor. Look down at your hands and start to play the bongo drums or the conga or whatever kind of drum speaks to you right now. All right, bring both hands to your right ankle and bring your nose close to your right knee. And then swing the arms all the way over to the left ankle, nose close to the left knee. And then back to front. Turn your hands upside down, fingers pointing back towards your toes. Lift your toes and slide the hands underneath the feet. Wiggle your toes and enjoy this nice massage for your wrist and the palm of your hand. Wiggle those toes. Release your neck. Nice. Bring the hands out from under the feet, bend the knees, hands come to the knees, push against the knees, and lock up your thighs, bring the body up, standing. And we don't have much time left, but let's do a couple of mountain pose stretches. Vertical, reaching up, breathe in. Reach up as tall as you can, really connect the feet to the earth, lift the arches up, but connect down through the balls of the feet and the heels of the feet. Lift the arch up and bring that energy up the body. Let it lift the kneecaps and the thighs and the belly in, the chest up, tuck the tailbone under. As you reach your fingers up, feel the side body being drawn up higher than it would normally be. The side of the ribs, reaching up, 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 higher, 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 reaching up, up, up. Let's drop the right hand down. Look at it as it slowly descends, and just keep looking at your lower hand while the upper hand reaches up, 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 higher, 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 reaching up. Keep that lower side completely limp and relaxed. All right, rise it up. Breathe in, reach tall. Stretch tall, reach up, breathe in. And other side drops. Watch it drop, let it hang. Look at it hanging there, completely loose and limp. Reach the other side, way up, 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 up. Reach up, breathe in. And let the lower side rise. Watch it rise. Stretch both hands up, reach up, breathe in. Maybe reach up on your toes. Can you come up on your toes? Let's try reaching up. Lifting up onto the toes and down. 2 more times. All right, hands can come down. Let's take a step wide and just let the arms hang and swing, sway. Feel a lot of movement through the hips and shoulders here. Sway. And breathe. All right, come with feet together. Take 1 step forward and go like a hobby horse. Picking up the back foot, picking up the front foot. Let the arms really swing a lot here. See if you can get momentum going so the arms swing as far as you can possibly imagine them swinging. Breathing as you move. We're going to switch sides here. Keep the arms swinging if you can. It's not easy, but you can do it. You just have to wait until it's time to take that forward step again. 2 more times. All right. I'm just going to straighten out my mat here. All right. Bring both hands up and breathe in. Bending at the elbows, push it back down. Put all your weight on your left foot, and let's bring that knee up. Breathing in, lift it up, push it down, exhale. Switch sides, breathe in, lift up, exhale, push it down. Step, bring it up, push it down, exhale, step. Bring it up, push it down, exhale. 3 more times on each side. 1, 1. To just stand for a moment. Let your arms hang, shoulders relaxed. Lift the top of the head up. Connect your feet to the earth. Mountain pose in all its beautiful glory. Feel the calmness in the body, the balance, confidence and power. Connected to your breath. Full of ease and comfort. And we're going to come back down to a seated pose. Hey, got some new people here. Hi guys, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. It's Thursday, or maybe it's Blursday. Whatever day it is, it's always a good time for gratitude and breath. Stretching and breathing and being connected to your true self is so empowering. And we need to spread peace and love through this world, through our joy, through our attitude, through our eyes, through our smile, through our energy. So thank you so much for joining me for yoga. Take your yoga with you as you go through the day and the following days. Always remember to breathe. Always remember to align the body and the spirit through gratitude. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.